Hello, Romans here and welcome to another music review. I review every album from a viewpoint of a musician, as I am a singer, songwriter and a bass player for my own group Catabases, and almost 4 years ago we released our debut album called Persefone Live. What makes it unique is that it's a heavy prog rock without guitars. Instead you have drums, bass, saxophone and keyboards. You can check out all of our music videos on my YouTube channel. And in the description of all these videos you will find all the information about where is the record available. It's available on all digital platforms like Spotify, Tidal, Deezer, iTunes, Amazon, Bandcamp, but also in this digipack version of a CD with a very beautifully illustrated 20 pages long booklet. So in case you want one, all you need to do is contact me via an email, on Facebook or on Instagram, or you can get one through Bandcamp as well. And today I'm going to review the new album from Persefone, Metanoia.
Music review. Music review.
Persefone is a tech death metal / prog metal band from Andorra, one of the smallest countries in the world. And I've discovered this band just recently. I actually thought that this was one of the new prog metal bands, you know, like Leprous and Caligula's Horse and so on. But they've been actually around for like 21 years because they were formed in 2001. And they've brought us 6 albums so far, with Metanoia being their newest album and their 6th album. I've heard it 6 times as of now, a lot of 6s I guess, so let's dive right into the review. The album opens up with the title track Metanoia, which is actually more of an intro because it's below 2 minutes long, and I really love the atmosphere and the melody. It's very eerie, very dark, very somber. It has a little bit of that Oriental flavor, and it's actually Einar Solberg from Lepers who's singing it, which is pretty cool. And then we go into the second track, the first real track on the album, Catabases. Not sure if I pronounced it right. They actually shot a music video for this track, and there's a lot of stuff happening. You know, we've got that melody from the intro, but then we've got like some death metal growls and some death metal parts and some proggy parts, some symphonic parts. It's a very epic and very badass track, but it's that final chorus that's such a great payoff after the whole basically continuation of the Metanoia and Catabases. That final chorus is so freaking awesome. I really love it. There's lots of riffing and changes in the architecture of the eye. There's even like some djent and jazzy parts. It's chaotic but really awesome. We get mostly death metal parts here, and in like the second half the song gets a bit more airy, a bit more atmospheric with some cleaner vocals, and then at the end it all kind of comes together. Leap of Faith is an ambient electronic instrumental with a very haunting atmosphere, which just gets bigger and bigger towards the end. Aware of Being Watched has female vocals at the main theme, at the beginning and at the end, which gives it a sort of a gothic feel. It's a melodic song altering between more groovy and atmospheric parts and some heavy ones. Merkabath, not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. This is another song that they shot a music video for, and this song is many things, really, but the bottom line, it's awesome. We get some melodic parts, some death metal parts. The band never really settles for one thing, and what we get generally on this album is like this very enjoyable chaos. And I really like it because it's a pleasant listening experience. Also, there's a nice electronic break in this track.
Know that noise is gold.
Then we've got Consciousness Part 3, and actually the first two parts appeared on the album Spiritual Migration from 2013, so their fourth studio album. And this is like an 11 minutes long epic instrumental. It starts a bit more on the atmospheric sides, which reminds me of some of the more atmospheric moments of Tesseract, or it also reminds me a lot of the Disperse, a band that I've been getting into a lot in the last couple of months. But then it gets both heavy and symphonic. The final track, again, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, Catabases, I guess, is a 15.5 minutes long track that's actually divided into 3 separate tracks. And just a side question, I'm wondering if these bands divide these tracks so that they get more money for streams, because if I'm correct, you are paid by streams, not really by time your songs are being streamed. So that kind of makes sense. Even Haken 2 years ago, they had a 17-minute long song that they released as, I think, 4 or 5 different parts. And I'm thinking about the same thing because my second album, which I'm now sort of getting ready for being released within the next couple of months, opens up with a track that's almost 26 minutes long. And I'm really deciding between having this one track, which is almost like a half an hour of continuous music, or releasing it as releasing it as 6 different parts, because this song actually has 6 different parts. I'm not decided yet, but all of these bands kind of show me that probably it's a better option to go for this. So part 1 is a shorter one, it's just something over 2 minutes long, and it's like an emotional opening. Part 2 is where we get the real meat of the track. It gets straight to the point, and we got a little bit of everything that we could hear so far, like atmospheric parts, melodic parts, death metal parts. There's even this one moment where it really does sound a lot like Riverside, and this is actually something that my wife has pointed out when we were listening to it a couple days ago, and she was like, wow, that really sounds like Riverside. What I really like the most is that beautiful melodic ending that is just kind of the same climax as the one we got in the first track called Catabases. Part 3 is this 4.5 minutes long ambient ending of the record, and it ends it on a very emotional note. It's very melancholic, very sad, but at the same time very relaxing, and I really like it. Despite how challenging this album may seem, I actually liked it since the first time I heard it. I was immediately hooked, and I would really describe it as one continuous chaos, but a very enjoyable chaos, because there's a lot of stuff, but for example, the band is labeled generally as being technical death metal band, and there are definitely parts like that, but there's not enough of them to categorize the whole album as being in death metal category, and the same goes for almost everything. There's like this perfect balance between every section or every side of the band, like atmospheric parts, janty parts, very technical noodling parts, then like more melodic side of things, totally headbanging parts, and there's enough of everything to kind of make it one cohesive piece. And I've heard the record only 6 times, so I'm not really that familiar with it yet. I do remember some of the more melodic parts, but this is still a record that needs a lot more listenings to get really familiar with. But I'm really looking forward to it. I really enjoyed it because the album just kind of works as a whole continuation of music, and it's just got so many great moments. It's really beautiful sonically, and yeah, I enjoyed it. This is my introduction to the band, and I'm definitely looking forward to checking out their older stuff. This is a very strong opener of 2022 because this is actually the first record from this year that I reviewed. Love this record a lot. I'm looking forward to how much it will grow on me in future. So yeah, if you have never heard about this band like me a couple weeks ago, give them a chance. You're gonna thank me later. Did you like this review? If you did, and if you like the videos I'm making, consider supporting me by purchasing my debut album Persefone in Life, because I include audio samples in my reviews and thus making them the most informative and entertaining to watch. I usually run a risk of getting a copyright claim, meaning that I won't be able to monetize my videos, and whatever money a video earns goes to the author of the samples, which I have no problems with. These bands and these artists, they deserve all the money they can get, but these videos are extremely time consuming for me, and the best and basically the only way how you can support me at this point is by buying my debut album. And if you like progressive music, you're gonna dig this boy a lot, I can guarantee that. Have you heard this album already? You can let me know in the comment section below whether you agreed or disagreed with me. If you are already a Persefone fan, you can let me know how well do you think it compares to their previous records, maybe which one is your favorite one or which one should I listen to next. You can follow me on Facebook or on Instagram, you can find the links to both in the description of this video below. Also, if you like this review, don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. You can check out my own original music, my live performances, my very popular Worst to Best series, and quite a lot of other series and reviews as well. Thanks a lot for watching.